Hello everybody and welcome back to A&J Gaming. This is Andrew coming at you with another unboxing, this time with Core Set 2020. Before I get into that, I want to give a shout out to Bell's Comics and Cards in Grove City, Pennsylvania, because every single box I get from him is pure gold. Just, not even that. It doesn't matter if I'm getting absolute crap out of the boxes. It's an amazing store. The owner is a hell of a nice guy. Is he the closest comic shop to me? No. There are a couple things within the same distance, but I'll tell you what, even if he was another half hour, I'll even say another hour away from me, I'd go there first. Great guy, great store. If you're in the area, check it out. But let's get moving on with the unboxing. First up, this didn't even come in the box, but the Buy a Box promo. Rien, Angel of Rebirth. She just looks gorgeous. I'm going to try to wiggle this around, get the camera to catch the foil. Yeah, there you go. Looks freaking beautiful, doesn't it? All right. And while I'm opening this with the first sharp object I could find, those of you who've tuned into any of the previous videos I've done might notice that I have a new camera layout. Well, I finally decided to stop being a little silly and actually upgrade to a real tripod. So if you ever see the camera shaking, it's because I'm not used to working around this. But hopefully I don't do that too much, so we can pretend I never mentioned it. Oh man, this pack art's beautiful. Got it. It's just weird to Soren kind of look like that creepy uncle you never really mention that you have. I mean, cool card, but I don't know if I'd invite him to my kid's birthday. And now that you're gone, cool. Alright, let's get started. First pack, what luck do we have for us inside? Alright, I don't know much about this set. I only know one card, so I'm just going to go ahead and guess it's going to be a foil. We're going to get a foil Kaikar in this. Again, I'd probably have guessed a different card if I knew any of the other cards in the set. Ooh, Gargos, Vicious Watcher. Get that a little closer to the camera for you. There we are. I think it's cool. Magic always seems to print a crap ton of Hydras, so I can absolutely see decks popping up around it. Ooh. Oh, man. I don't know if they started doing different tokens for this set, but this guy is just a 3/3 golem, but I think that stands out a lot. That's awesome. Right. Pack numero dos. All right. And more Murder. I remember a couple years ago in Standard when Murder was just absolutely ridiculous. It was like a $2 uncommon because it hadn't been printed that many times. And because of that, nobody could find them anywhere. Ooh, a ley line. Now, I didn't study the prices up on these too much, but if I remember right, the ley lines are all sitting around like $5, some to $10 and $15, but they're at least $5. And yeah, it looks like they're doing new tokens for this. These all look freaking great. So what do you guys think? Gonna do a little, get some conversation started in the comments here. What card are you looking forward to most? Do you think this set's going to be bigger for casual players, like EDH players, tiny leaders, if that's still a thing, Brawl, Oathbreaker, or do you think this is going to be just an amazing competitive set? Shifting Ceratops. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I'm kind of curious to hear what everybody has to say. Personally, I've mentioned in other videos I don't do the competitive scene too much anymore. I mean, I enjoy pre-releases, but other than that, don't try to get into anything that requires building a deck. Ooh, little baby Chandra. But, ooh, Vivian, awesome, first mythic. First mythic of the box, and I think she's just a freaking awesome green planeswalker. So let's set mythics here. Oh, they're replacing the land with the duels now, okay. Last I remember they weren't doing that. I very well could have glossed over something, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think that's really cool. I mean, I guess it kind of stinks because I always seem to run out of basic lands when I'm deck building, so there is that. Take it or leave it. Let me know what you think, if you think it's a good decision they made or if it's annoying. Wake Root Elemental. All right, ooh, and a foil Diamond Knight. Just look at that freaking glisten. Oh, that's beautiful. And just for anybody new tuning into the channel, I've mentioned it to, well, anybody who's ever tuned in, that I am a huge nerd for the art. So even if a card's absolute trash, I will probably end up making it a pet card at some point, just based off of how cool it looks. Oh wow, that's a lot of value for a 1/1. Especially with vampires, always coming back in and out of being a tribal thing. Oh, Dungeon Geist, cool. I don't have 30 of those. But even if it's an absolutely subpar card, like I'll use that Diamond Knight for example, I don't know if it's a good card. I couldn't tell you. But all I know is I love the art and I want to show it off sometime. So it's going in a deck. Draw a card, land. I always like lands that let you draw cards. More cool uncommons, and boom! Mythic of Johnny. Wow, this box is being really freaking good to me so far. 2 mythics, and I'm not even a third of the way done. I'll take it. Alright, what do you guys think? Would you rather have the really expensive rares and maybe miss out on some of the mythics? Or what type of box would you rather open? Would you rather have that or another mythic? Cool. Personally, since I'm not really going for value out of this or anything, and I'm going for, hey, this is really cool, maybe I'll make an EDH out of this, or, you know, I'll do something casual. I'm not too worried about the dollar amounts in this stuff, just because, well, like I said, the dollar amount normally only correlates to, oh, I don't remember seeing this guy before. I'll get the camera a little better. There we are. And another foil. Cool. But since I'm not, you know, the value is mainly driven by modern, standard, a little bit, vintage, legacy, that stuff. A lot of the cards that are dollar stuff, or, you know, high dollar stuff in this, I'm not going to be as excited for because, well, it's, again, I'm predominantly a casual player. I know, filthy casual. And, so the stuff I'm like, I'm probably going to like the dollar rares even more than I'm going to like most of the $20 stuff. You know? Legion's End. I swear, you know, I peeked through the spoilers for this. I swear they're just putting new cards in here that I didn't look at because I don't remember, like, half these cards so far. So, hit the like button on the video if you think Wizards is pulling one over me. And if you disagree, hit the like button anyway because, yeah, I'm going to be one of those people that begs for likes. No shame. Colossus Hammer. I just love the artwork. Because I imagine this guy being a dwarf and that being, you know, a colossal hammer, like a giant's hammer or something. But, man, I just love the art in this stuff. And Mu Yanling. Wow, 4 mythics already. 2 planeswalkers? Hell yeah, I'll take that. Oh, especially they're both in... Oh, 3 planeswalkers. Cool, and they're all in Bant. I just recently built a Bant Super Friends deck. Well, I don't call it Super Friends because I'm kind of tired of hearing that word to refer to them. I just call it my Bant Tea Time deck. If you'd like to see a deck tech on that in the future, please let me know. It is loads of fun. I got my first play in with it tonight, and it just absolutely went ridiculous. And I could tell just when playing it, even if it doesn't go ridiculous in the future, it's going to be loads of fun. So if you want a deck that apparently can win really easily, but, you know, even when it doesn't, you know you're going to have fun with it, definitely let me know, and I will make a deck tech for it for you guys. Especially since I'm now learning how to edit stuff a little better, so I can leave cards on screen a little more. I remember when this guy was a rare. But I can leave the cards on screen for you guys so you can see them a little better. If that's something you want to see, please let me know. I'm getting a lot. Is it just me, or is this a lot of foils? I don't open too many boxes. Well, I mean, I will at some point get back into it more, but I don't remember ever getting 4 foils to a box. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe this is just a lucky box. Like I said, every single box I've bought from Bell's Comics. I think Mark himself, the owner, blesses them. Oh, he's cool. I know a couple people in my EDH group are looking forward to getting him built just because he looks like fun. And Lightning Stormkin. Wow. I like the lighter cards when they're foiled. Sadly, it doesn't seem like too many of the black cards. We got lucky here with this skeleton, but it doesn't seem like they foil quite as well, or they don't pop quite as much. And I mean, that Lightning Stormkin is just a perfect example of why the lighter ones in the foil process for them is great. It looks amazing. Okay, trying to move past the commons a little more here. Cutthroat, Graph Digger's Cage. Cool, this thing needed a reprint. It's been a couple years. I'll tell you the one thing that I only noticed one card from this in this box so far, but I'm really kind of happy to see that dinosaurs are still an archetype that they're playing with. Because it seems like in past years, you know, they'd come out with an archetype for all of, you know, the block, and then kind of ditch it. Ooh, this is really cool. This is another card that I'm pretty sure they totally just slipped in without letting me know. And a beautiful foil forest. I'm sleeving that up right after I'm done with this. I'm finding a deck to put it in. I don't even care. But I really have to give Wizards a lot of credit for that. I was actually just talking to a friend about that earlier. Starting with, well, I noticed it in Ixalan. It seems like whenever they chose an archetype to do, they just supported the hell out of it. Because how many pirates did you get in Ixalan block? How many dinosaurs did you get? How many merfolk did you get? Oh, this guy's really cool. I like this guy. I think he's going to be a huge EDH staple coming up. But I mean, you know, when I think about Ixalan and how they just supported the hell out of every archetype they put in there, I really respect it, because I remember last time I really did well with any tribal deck was Zendikar, Scars and Mirrodin Standard. And that's because Elf Tribal was a thing. I know they kind of touched on... Oh, I remember this is one of the more expensive ones. I think this print's not too much, but it gives everything flash. That's awesome. This is going to go back up, I'm telling you right now. And, you know, from the little bit I remember, I know this isn't the most expensive rare, so it's going to be kind of a cheaper foil, but it looks really pretty. I'm actually excited to use it. I don't even care. But Zendikar Scars was the last time they really had an Elf Tribal thing, and anytime they'd bring it back, they'd bring a card out here, or maybe 2 cards in the core set, and then the next set they did, they might have 1 or 2 cards with that. Oh, Leyline Druid, I really like, or Leafkin. Wow, I can't read today. But you know, then throughout like the entire block, you might have enough for 3/4 of an Elf deck, but then it wouldn't get any love the next block, and then Icon of Ancestry. Moving that up there. I think that is really freaking cool. But then it seemed like for a good long while, you know, you'd get no love the next block for them. So you could never really do Elf Tribal. You could never really do Goblin Tribal. And maybe it's still the young, aspiring Magic player in me, but I really enjoy Tribal decks. You know, not only is there an amount of given synergy in them since they are tribal, and everything's kind of designed to work together. Thunderkin Awakener. Let's get that out of the glare. There we are. Ooh, Violet Dragonfire. Yeah, look at that foil. It looks damn good. But I just always enjoy them. They always seem fun to me. I enjoy the flavor of them. I mean, yeah, absolutely. You know, like Captain Sisay is a perfect example for EDH. You're just kind of playing good legendaries. Yeah, okay, there's the flavor to that of like the movie 300. You know, it's all the elites gathered together. It's still cool, but it's not about just having droves of elves coming at you or massive amounts of goblins. Locks it on Life Chanter. It just really fits into kind of the theme of what a lot of these decks are a heck of a lot more, I feel. And I mean, I could be wrong, but you know, that's just my opinion. I'm probably begging for a lot of comments with this, but let me know what you think on that. Do you guys prefer the tribal decks? Do you like seeing the tribal synergies, or do you like when they don't really support too much of any tribe brought back? Ooh, Impulsa Marasa. Can I catch the foiling? It's a tough one to catch. It's a really kind of subtle one that looks good. But I do want to know what you guys think, because like I mentioned earlier, I was talking to a friend about, hey, you know, in Ixalan, they really started supporting that. And he had some mixed thoughts on it, so I do know that there are other viewpoints as mine. He felt it made them a little too ubiquitous, a little too, I don't want to say samey, but that's, ooh, Tail's End. I really like neat counterspells, unique ones, because this isn't just straight up 2 mana, you're screwed. This is kind of like a Void Slime mixed with, you know, honestly, this is like a counterspell I'd expect to see in a Kamigawa setting. Ooh, another foil rare. Cool, and this is actually one I was kind of excited about just for a tiny leaders I have. And hey, if you want to leave a comment, make fun of me for still playing tiny leaders. I know that kind of dissolved. Oh my gosh, what, almost 2 years ago now, they kind of stopped putting rules and updates and ban list for it. But I'll tell you what, since I'm a huge EDH nerd, having to scale everything down keeps it really interesting for me. Shared Summons. Oh yeah, this is just begging to be played in EDH. Search your library for up to 2 creature cards with different names. Put them in your hand. Shuffle your library for 3 and 2 green. Yeah, that's amazing. You're getting 2 high value targets with that thing. All right, moving on to the last third of the box. Still no foil Kai card, but I'm telling you, it's happening. I x-rayed all these packs. I'm joking. I don't know how to x-ray stuff. Is that actually, like, really a thing? Can people x-ray these? Or, to my understanding, and the non-foil version, to my understanding of how x-rays work, wouldn't it just kind of show you that there are cards in there? Wouldn't the foiling mess with it somehow? Or is x-raying not, like, a literal term? Is it more something they mean that you just scanned the interior without harming the exterior? I don't know. But anyway, seriously, if anybody has an answer to that, please let me know, because I'm really curious. And Temple of Silencio. I really like the temples. I'm kind of glad they're reprinting them. I just like nice quality lands, much like I like this beautiful foil Cloudkin Seer. Yeah, that's cool as heck. You know, I wonder if they're going to ever print the other colored temples, or if they're just going to kind of leave it a special for this. Because I know lately they've been doing a couple lands here and there where they're not doing the opposite end of the set. So a perfect example would be like the Battle Bond lands, drawn from Dreams. Really interesting 4-drop here. The Battle Bond lands are an example. The Modern Horizons, I know they just came out, so I'm going to give them time. They're really popular. I see them doing the other half of the duels for them. But, what do you guys think? You think they're ever going to do the other temples, or is it just going to be one of these things? You don't even have to answer that if you don't want to. I'm just genuinely curious because... Ooh, this is like an Enter. Okay, an Enters the Battlefield one. It seems like it's been a while since I've seen them. Ooh, Flood of Tears. I'm telling you, this is going to be an EDH staple here. Eternal non-land permanents to their owner's hand for 4 and 2 blue. If you return 4 or more non-token permanents you control this way, put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. That's awesome. So I can clear the board state and still kind of come out on top from it. That's awesome. I don't know, am I one of those people who wants them to print accompanying colors for every single land out there? No, I'm not going to say I am. Bag of Holding. I just love that art. Look at that. That's adorable. Takes me back to D&D. Because it seems every time somebody gets a Bag of Holding, somebody's going to try to fit a dragon in there. I actually had a friend succeed once. I mean, this is years ago. One of the... Well, I shouldn't say one of the last games I've done, because like I said, it's been a while. But they succeeded in getting a dragon in there. And then they got like a giant ooze in there. They tried for the Hydra. I think the Hydra is when they finally failed. It was that was a heck of a DM. Marauding Raptor. Creature spells you cast 1 less to cast. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Marauding Raptor deals 2 damage to it. It's a dinosaur. Oh my gosh, there's so much synergy with just all the enrage mechanic right there. That's great. I love this. Foil Unsummon. Taking me back to when I started, because I thought this was like the best card ever. I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I just really overvalued that card because I'd never played blue before, and I thought it was so cool that not only can you tell people no, but you can tell them to try again. That's great. And now, as more of a blue player, it's not bad, but I feel like I have better options. And like I said, this is for... said before, you know, this is EDH that I'm talking about most of the time. Oh my gosh, and this will fit in perfectly with a deck I just did a deck tech on. Look at that. That is awesome. So maybe Unsummon is a good card competitively. I don't know. I almost wish I followed it just so I could kind of comment on it and not have to say I don't know so many times, because that's never fun. But... either way, it is a beautiful card. I'm kind of curious if they're ever going to end up updating the art on it or doing a new one. Oh, another Starfield Mystic. Okay. Well, I guess this one's a non-foil, so it doesn't count as a duplication. Oh, we got all our mythics at the beginning of the box. Huh, wonder if there's any more that are going to pop up. I'm just saying, I still need that foil Kai card, so we obviously have another foil rare coming up. I mean... I said it's going to happen. It has to happen, right? Dread Presence. Ooh, this is neat. Whenever a swamp enters the battlefield under your control, choose 1. Draw a card and lose life, or deal 2 damage to any target and gain 2 life. For 4 mana and mono black decks, I feel like that's going to be cool. Oh, I have to show this off. I know nobody probably cares about the tokens, but this is a beautiful emblem. I really like this new art style they're doing for them. I really hope it keeps up. I really hope I get the Planeswalker that accompanies that emblem. Okay, skipping past the commons a little faster now. Thrashing Brontodon, Diamond Knight, Green Leyline. Oh my gosh, I love this. Awesome. I will take as many Leylines as I can get. Last 2 packs. Okay, this is going to be the final time that I beg you guys for comments. But hey, let me know if you liked the video. Let me know if you like what I did. Let me know if you didn't like it. Let me know what I can do better. Just leave some feedback. Ooh, another Leyline. Okay, that's cool. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. But don't be afraid to give me some feedback. I'd love to know what I can do better. And like you've probably heard me ask if you've seen the other videos, I would love to know what you guys would like to see coming. I know this is more a multi-purpose or a general nerd channel that I'm trying to build, but tell me what you guys want to hear about, and I'd be more than happy to talk about it. And Agent of Treachery is the last rare. You know, that is, that's really freaking cool. 5 and 2 blue, so 7 mana total for a 2/3 human rogue. When it enters the battlefield, gain control of target permanent. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more permanents you don't own, draw 3 cards. That is really cool. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I'm telling you right now I'm going to use it. And beautiful new art, Johnny's Pride Mate for the token. Alright guys, that wraps everything up today for this box. Thank you for joining me. Blah, 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 blah. Like and subscribe. Andrew, out.